And I thought I'd plan out some content today um, and talk about. So, if you guys don't know, I'm actually doing a live stream almost every single day until the 31st when everything's off lockdown. But I thought today I'd kind of cover all the issues happening in pharmacy because I come from a pharmacy background, right? So, I kind of wanted to highlight all the stories on the front lines of pharmacy. If you guys are working in the pharmacy or anything like that, um please comment as well. Like, I would love to kind of hear your experience, what's happening. But one of the things that I feel like is not happening right now is giving mad props to those frontline pharmacists, right? Who, or healthcare professionals in general, who are risking their lives every single day, right? We have a lot older healthcare professionals out here where they are probably on the older end and they're probably higher risk. And so don't forget, these people, they could be living with their parents. They're putting their family, like, being a healthcare professional is not easy because you're constantly exposed to patients all the time. You deal with the general population. You not only deal with their emotional issues, but literally you're increasing your chances of you catching something like the dreaded C word. If I say it within the first 30 seconds, by the way, or first minute, I get demonetized. So that's kind of BS, but it's all good, man. I can probably say it later, but yeah, man, it's really crazy. And so what I did last night was I was just taking a look at all these stories that are happening through one of my favorite websites, Reddit. I love Reddit because people are just really legit. They're sharing real, actual stories from the front lines. So kind of want to highlight some of the things that are happening, highlight some of the issues, because I don't think people have a good perspective of what happens on the other side of the counter. We are getting some comments right now. We got Isaac says, scary times. You bet, man. I can't find my phone, not iPhone, right? So I can't find my phone. You stay safe now, Isaac Flores. We got support going in the chat. It's hard to stay focused on your long-term goals when you're just worried about surviving. Yeah, I know it's a very uncertain time for a lot of people, but this is where the true leaders come out, where they support their community. There's a lot. I'm part of the Asian Hustle Network, and so there's a lot of really great community things that are happening right now, where people are doing mass orders for different families who can't get groceries and all that sort of stuff too. There's a lot of support right now, and whenever there's a downturn in the market or uncertain times, there's always an opportunity to rise up. Whether that's in terms of investing, starting a new hustle, fulfilling a demand, and all that. I think that's really, really important. But I just want to thank you guys for joining me. Anyways, what I've done so far is, let me switch my screen. So I'll toggle back and forth with my screen and stuff, and just to show you, like, just to kind of give you some context. Hold on for a second. Great, cool. Can you guys see that? Basically what I'm doing is I'm going to be going through some of the top Reddit threads. I've populated a few things over here. If you have any comments, please let me know, but I'll be toggling my face and this browser too, and taking a look at the comments and just really documenting everything that is happening. And so one of the first things I really want to highlight, and I'll post up your comments as we go too. Hold on, I gotta, for some reason, the heck is happening? Hold on for a second. Man, hold on. Frick. All right, gotta delete your comment. Sorry, Isaac. Okay. So this first one is PSA from Retail Pharmacy. Dear everyone, please have patience at the pharmacy during the COVID-19 pandemic. We are filling record numbers of prescriptions, and despite the beliefs of some, it takes time to ensure the safety of everyone that receives medication. We might keep one person alive. What might keep one person alive could kill someone else. Very true, especially when it comes to allergies and all that. You just never know. And I don't. Just a side comment for a bit. I don't think people realize the impact that we have on the healthcare system. We help people with the accessibility of medications, provide alternative if there's a lack or a gap in the market. We help save people money. Because not everybody can. We are pretty much the QB. We make sure that none of your medications interact with each other as well, right? So that's the unfortunate thing about pharmacy. It's not really the painkiller that we sell, but we're more of a we do a lot of different things, man, and it's very unclear to the public about what we do as well. So back to the PSA, technicians and pharmacists and technicians are on the front lines and working to help the public, despite the fact they knowingly will likely contract a potential deadly virus. We triage antibiotics, Tamiflu. If your birth control, cholesterol, mood, or blood pressure meds take longer to fill than you like, we apologize. If you expect your Adderall, Viagra, or chronic pain meds to be ready in 20 minutes, shame on you. We are doing our best in a bad situation. Have patience and compassion. Many of us are working extra shifts, extra hours, skipping breaks to help you. Well, actually, most of us already skip breaks in general. It's illegal, but we care about your safety even if our corporate overlords don't. How true is that, man? Like, dude, hit that like button, smash that like button if you agree. Drop a comment as well, because I think this is a very, like, this was one of the most real posts I've seen in a long time, because guess what? A lot of pharmacists don't get breaks. We, especially right now, if you thought we were understaffed before, imagine right now in this time of panic. I can't imagine how busy the pharmacies are, how slammed they are, and how chaotic it might be. I don't know, like it's pretty crazy, man, what's happening. So let's read some of our comments over here, and I'll go back to the Reddit comments and just review that as well. There's so many barriers to even giving testing, miscommunication. Other healthcare professionals don't know the exact protocol. Told them I was exhibiting symptoms. They are like you and don't hit the criteria. If you know someone that tested positive, then they will do the test. A couple deductible of 500 had a deductible of 500, and they were like, no guarantee that you'll get a test. So people are symptomatic, asymptomatic will go back into the public because they can't pay. That is a huge problem, because let's say if you're infected, you just don't know, right? And that is a huge problem. That is a huge problem, and that's where like something like the government should really step in, because it's public health, right? There's certain, like, I'm all for capitalism. Like, I'm a very, like, I'm pretty much all for capitalism, but that's where the government needs to kind of come in and really fill that gap of bridging the gap of the testing people, right? Making sure that we're not infecting other people. And we gotta really, like, Dr. Z-Dog MD said that we gotta protect, and maybe on Joe Rogan too. I don't know where we heard it, but we absolutely need to protect our healthcare professionals, because they are our front line. And it's a huge, if our healthcare providers don't feel safe, if the frontline people don't feel safe, then we're all screwed. It's a total morale booster. They're not gonna, it's just, they can't do their job, right? Health is everything. I think it's important to really prioritize our healthcare professionals, right? So that's something I feel super strongly about, because, I was in this field for a long time too. I know what it's like during panic, but not during this type of panic. That's crazy, man. Can't imagine what my fellow healthcare professionals are going through right now. By the way, smash that like button. Let's make sure that more people know about what's happening on the front lines, and boost the algorithm up. Cool. American Princess says, I love Reddit. Now Plaquenil is running low on supply because of healthcare providers are ordering it for themselves. Absolutely. It's crazy, and I feel bad for those people who have autoimmune diseases and all that sort of stuff as well, like for Plaquenil, hydrochloroquine and whatnot. So yeah, American Princess says, hi everyone. Pharmacists I know had 200 plus RX at 10 a.m. and then they had to put OTC front items through the drive-through window with no increase in helper staff. Some stores are decreasing staff. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the case, man. I'm sure corporate is making a freaking killing. I don't know what the profit margins for a typical pharmacy is now. I kind of see the business side, because over the last few years, the profit margins of pharmacy has been decreasing, but I can just imagine how much revenue that they're pulling in these days, man, because everybody's rushing to a pharmacy. They're buying up all the OTC stuff. It does not make sense for a pharmacist to, like, for the pharmacy staff to stock that sort of stuff, because we got to make sure that are we prioritizing these healthcare professionals in the best way possible. And if they're stocking stuff, probably not, honestly, right? They're better off doing their jobs as well, right? So let's go on to comments, take a look at the Reddit comments really quick. Patients don't read these things and they don't care. They will still be rude, impatient, and terrible to the staff. Absolutely, man. That's what happens. I mean, patients are just like that. You can't control that though. And that's just the nature of the business. There's asshole people. Like, I'll be the first to tell you, there's asshole people everywhere. There's asshole patients. You can't say that, but most pharmacists won't say that. But I will say that. Like, I will tell you, there's straight up asshole people in the community. That's a fact, right? And it's annoying. Those people actually fuck over other people because, you know, people don't realize the emotional toll it takes on you when people are fucking yelling at you for something that is not your fault, and you're doing your best to resolve the problem, but they're fucking stubborn as shit, you know? That is a huge problem, right? I get it. People aren't happy to be in the pharmacy, but that does not give you a right to yell at healthcare professionals, to treat healthcare professionals that way. They are doing you a service, and guess what? Like, go fuck yourself, you know, if you're gonna be an asshole, you know? Okay, so back into the comments. This is pretty fun, guys. I'm having a blast right now. If you guys like this, man, let me know. I'll do another one tomorrow and stuff. Go through more Reddit comments and stuff like that. But yeah, let's keep it going. I guess Walgreens and CVS should have another person there too now, as they never have enough people. They're cutting tech hours in April. Man, Walgreens and CVS, so funny, man. How is that even possible? My store was so overwhelmed that overtime is approved basically across the board. Even 3 people from corporate got behind the lines and helped for hours. Everyone is getting pulled in to help. Even Central feels completely overwhelmed, cutting us off a whole day early. Mind you, we're definitely making a killing off this. I don't know how CVS, I'm guessing from the cuts, is the king of high volume. Don't understand how you can make extra money from this extra volume if you can't meet the demand. Here's the thing though, like, I will, not to support corporate, but I just want to make people aware that when you do, if you are paying higher wages, like let's say OT or anything like that, it does cut into your profit margin. And I'll tell you this, with pharmacy, it's not quite the highest profit margin business. So I could see why, like, they don't want to staff the pharmacies. But at the end of the day, like, dude, you are a healthcare company. You should, dude, like, if you this is where the disconnect between the mission and the vision come with the business type of things as well. It's just like, dude, if you really say that you're for people's health, like, make those sacrifices. It's a great branding strategy. And this is the time where they should double down on their fulfillment. You know, I just don't get it. It sucks, man. And this is like, it's really bad. Running so lean, you starve yourself seems incredibly incompetent. Just because you made money cutting costs so far doesn't mean it's the most effective approach to literally everything. Doubling the volume without having to expand physical presence, even if it means doubling staff, is a wet dream for any business. Cutting hours in current conditions is unfathomably stupid. Yeah, and if anybody wants to argue like the other side, want to take the corporate side, go ahead, please. Put it in the comments, and we'll explore it, man. I'm all about free discussion as well, right? So let's take a look at our comments really quick. Reddit can be a good thing or bad thing depending on the post. Hi guys, I'm a school psychologist and my district closed last week. We're paid through the next month, so it's nice to have a little paid vacation. But I hope everyone stays safe out there. Bria says, thank you to all our healthcare workers for sure. Really appreciate it, Bria. Like, I mean, dude, if you get a chance, man, take a 10 seconds to wish your pharmacist, like, just thank the pharmacy staff. If you're at a hospital, thank your doctors, thank your nurses, thank everyone there. And if you're super generous, buy them lunch, man. So I'm not sure if they'll take your lunch, honestly. Maybe buy them a gift card or some shit like that. But, you know, I think that is, I think we don't do enough to recognize healthcare professionals. And that we sometimes we're just so focused on ourselves that we forget about people on the front lines. It's really, really, like, I'm telling you, especially with Asians, like, a lot of us take care of our families and stuff. We don't have anyone else to take care of our elderly. So if we physically go there, we're probably exposing them, or they're at higher risk as well. So it's just all this awareness, man. By the way, those 9 people who haven't, make sure to like this video. Let's do it. One of the big chains tells you to take time off using your PTO/sick time, then take time off to say that we need a doctor's note. The other doctors have to deal with shit right now. It's crazy. Overly, Reddit is a wealth of information. There's so much here in Reddit. I'm not sure if we can go through it all. And it's so funny. There's like Kroger bashing. Don't forget Kroger, like they fired all their floats. So let's go on to the next one. I think we've kind of exhausted this post, and I don't want to. Let's kind of change topics. All right. So I thought this post was pretty funny. So by the way, just to give you some context, I opened just the top ones that popped up on my thing. I opened like top 10. We'll try to go through all of them. I actually have some plans later today, but we'll do that. But the maintenance/restroom guy at my store was using plastic bags as gloves. That's so sad, man. That is so freaking sad. They keep the stores running. They deserve kindness. He gave him a stash of gloves in the pharmacy and all that. They didn't have a decency to supply him with basic work supplies he needs for his job. It's true, man. Like, I mean, that applies not only to it's kind of disgusting, man. I can't believe that he didn't have all that. But anyways, let's go on to the next post. Let's see. A memo to prescribers from a pharmacy. Plaquenil and COVID-19. Preliminary in vitro studies have illustrated Plaquenil might be a treatment option for patients who are diagnosed with COVID-19. Our pharmacy has received an unprecedented number of phone calls from doctors seeking information regarding Plaquenil dosing for COVID-19. Many prescribers have reported feeling pressure to prescribe this drug as a precautionary measure by their patients. By their patients. By their freaking patients. Not the doctor. By their patients. Isn't that freaking ridiculous? Dude, it's us as healthcare providers to just be like, no. And that's a problem, man. Like, all you gotta do is just like, complain to your state board. Oh shit. I'm trying to find my screen to kind of switch everything. Holy shit. Hold on for a second. Show all windows. What the heck? What the heck, man? That's my investing course. Where is, oh my God, I'm lost right now. And I think I lost, dude. Oh yeah, I have to switch down here. It's crazy. By the patients. The patients are telling us, like, telling your providers what to prescribe. No, that's not how it works, man. We're the gatekeepers, and we really got to support our healthcare professionals with their decision. It's not the freaking patients, man. Crazy. Okay, let's keep on going, man. This is I'm getting heated, bro. Furthermore, we are urging prescribers to be vigilant of the potential risks associated with families hoarding their medication in their homes without a valid diagnosis. There are many patients who require Plaquenil to prevent and treat malaria, in addition to treating lupus and acute chronic rheumatoid arthritis. We are concerned with that the increasing demand for Plaquenil during the COVID-19 could lead to a decreased availability of the drug for those patients who need it for the chronic conditions. That's crazy. Like, it's like this exact hoarding mentality that people have, like, for toilet paper and stuff. There's people that really need these medications. If you haven't been diagnosed with anything or anything like that, and you're just like panicking, you're not helping. You're just like making things so much worse. Oh my God, man, it's crazy. We have observed a variety of dosing recommendations, both in publications of preliminary findings regarding Plaquenil and COVID-19, and from doctors associated with our pharmacy. However, it's important to remember that there are no set agreed upon guidelines like evidence-based medicine, right? For the therapeutic or prophylactic dosing of COVID-19, depending on risk level and symptom severity, our pharmacists have been reviewing preliminary studies from blah, 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 and we're advising prescribers who call in a case-by-case basis. We're taking a very cautious and conservative approach in our recommendations as healthcare practitioners. Let's be vigilant of over-prescribing and unnecessary prescribing of Plaquenil during this time. I think, honestly, I know it's easy for me to say, but, like, as pharmacists, we gotta say fuck you sometimes. Like, we gotta say, like, no, this is, like, it's our duty to stand up for ourselves. And If we believe somebody's just hoarding medications just for fuck's sake, go fuck that person, right? We have to protect our patients who really need medications, and that there's a legit diagnosis, man. That was the whole point of pharmacists, right? Checks and balances. And it's kind of been so freaking skewed. Let's go on to the comments section, see if people disagree, agree, and all that. My friend has a tech for less than half the shift working solo. And by the way, make sure smash that like button. Appreciate it. Working solo rest of the time. Holy shit, that's crazy. A grocery store chain pharmacy operated at 150 to 200% with hours and analyzed productivity. Pharmacists were taking 2-hour lunches, and farm managers weren't golfing during clinical hours. It's such a chain domino effect for those coming in to get tested, and for those doing the testing and passing it on to the next patient getting tested for COVID-19. That's the scary part. It is true. 6 months ago, they held a muted conference call and fished out the data. Hold on, let me lower the screen. I have so many screens up, so sorry if it's all over the place right now. Cool. Let's go back. What the hell? Let's show all windows. Great. Cool. Great. Now the chain operates max of 2 pharmacists as opposed to 5 pharmacists at a time, operating 75% hours, says Dr. Lee. American says, wow. American says the government in Texas just ordered that all gyms to be closed in Texas. That's already happened out here in California, but yeah, it's pretty crazy stuff. Let's see. Americans, granted, my friend is at a target, so the volume is less, but still ridiculous. Okay, says Hagao, or Hagao. Okay, gotcha. Cool. So let's go back to kind of the comments. Hey bro, is there any way that we could talk on Saturday or Sunday? I have something very important to ask you. We'll only take a little bit of your time. Hit me up. I'm really slammed these days. I'll do my best to get back to you, Brad. But I'm super slammed these days, man. Sorry. I am, let's see. Let's go back into the stream for a second. So I've told my staff that we are not accepting prescriptions for hydrochloroquine. That's Plaquenil, by the way, that are not written by rheumatologists or dermatologists, because the limited amount of Plaquenil that I have, it needs to go to patients who actually need it, not a bunch of panicking crazies that will transfer out as soon as the pharmacy as they can. I've established the same policy. That's a great course of action, all that sort of stuff as well. Okay. I hear you can use Plaquenil in lieu of toilet paper, but it's pretty much the same mentality, guys. Like, same exact mentality, like, of this hoarding mentality, and it really kind of fucks over everyone. I've been reading this really great book. It's called Super Thinking or whatever. Really great book. And it talks about this hoarding mentality. I'll pull up the quote tomorrow or something like that when I stream, but it's crazy, man. It's crazy how much people are hoarding everything in the pharmacy at the moment. So let's go on to the next one. Today, oh shit, let me go here. Today, my district manager sent out an email telling us to capitalize on the increased foot traffic to COVID-19 by pushing more people get vaccines. Wow, this is such a great time to do that. You know, specifically pneumonia vaccines, because COVID-19 can cause pneumonia, and customers don't know the differences between the types of pneumonia. Needless to say, I will not be doing this. It's like priorities, man. Like, at the end of the day, I think one of the things that we lack in one of the things that the biggest disconnects in pharmacy from the front lines is, I guess, like, really they want you to do a billion different things, but there's no priority based off of, they don't give you a certain priority of what to focus on, what not to focus on. They just want you to do everything. And guess what? You can only be at one place at a time. They literally want you to be at production on the phone while doing your freaking patient adherence calls, cold calling basically, right? While you're like counseling another patient. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how many different things they want you to do at the same time. And that's a problem in pharmacy. That's why mistakes happen in pharmacy because there's not enough. This kind of highlights the disconnect between corporate like leadership within the pharmacy and priorities and whatnot as well. So really, really, really interesting. Please save this email and forward it to several journalists. That's freaking funny. In Ohio, we just got an email saying that you can't give immunizations with full universal precautions. I'm pretty sure that's why my pharmacy doesn't have most of the requirements. Sure, let me add 20 vaccines a day while I keep my head above water in the queues for the sake of turning point of profits for corporate sake. Oh, I'll take. That's no big for me, dog. For 500, Alex. So funny, man. This is crazy. People are saying it's probably CVS. I wouldn't be surprised. But wow, really, really interesting, dude. This is like, you know what this reminds me of, guys? This kind of reminds me of like, you know, if you ever go into the on a rap music video and you look at the comments, dude, I am dead. I love reading those comments all day. I could spend the whole freaking day reading them, but honestly, I'd be broke on the street and shit. So yeah, man. How long do you think it will take for the coronavirus to hold on? Let me go back into my screen. What the hell happened? Oh my god. Okay, cool. How long do you think it will take for the coronavirus to die down? People are saying till the end of this year. Who knows, man? You know, there's just so much information out there. I don't think anybody really knows. I'm thinking that they're just trying to, they're locking down our city. Oh, like they shut everything down in our city for about 2 weeks. So they're hoping to slow it down, but who knows? This could last a long time. It could just pass. I don't really know. I don't really keep on top of everything. And I haven't really looked at medical literature at all, like any articles or anything. So no idea. American says vaccines. I know, crazy, right, bro? Let's see. I'm enjoying the fact that you've caught a regular stream schedule that I caught 2 days in a row. Yeah, that's great, man. Like I wanted to do these regular streams on for a major reason. Like I just want to make sure that if anybody has questions or anything like that, I don't have all the answers, but what I will always preach is that, you know, we can always find the light in times like these, man. There's always opportunity within these times, and just to take care of yourself, man. Like, you know, I think I'm a strong believer. Like I'm pretty, when it comes to stuff like this, I'm very polarizing. I feel super strongly about it, right? I know that a lot of people will not agree about my opinions within pharmacy, so might as well just like, I'm not really practicing pharmacy anymore. I still have a Pharm D. I'm still licensed and all that. But you know, I really want to be kind of like the not people's champ, but the people's voice, because there's so much bullshit that happens in pharmacy, and people should definitely know, right? Like I'm not making this stuff up. This is like all on Reddit, and yes, you could argue that it's an echo chamber and all that sort of stuff, but guess what? The beauty about Reddit is that most people can stay anonymous, right? And if corporate ever found out that you are participating on Reddit, that you wrote that comment, guess what? Misconduct, they would fire your ass really fucking quick. Crazy, man. On the subject of hoarding, what is let's see. On the subject of hoarding, shoot, I don't know why. Oh, it keeps on disappearing. Sorry, I'm having trouble like on my computer right now. Just because I'm managing multiple screens. On the subject of hoarding, what duration of supplies is rational, and what is hoarding? So here, let's take two extremes, right? Because this is actually a really fair and good question, right? So obviously, let's go to the stream, the side of you're not stocking up enough, right? What the fuck? Hold on. Let's go to the side where you're not like stocking up enough. And by the way, make sure to smash that like button. Would appreciate it, guys. As well, if you guys are liking this content, if you want me to do more of these, I will be more than happy to do these, but would really appreciate the likes. But let's go on the one side of the spectrum where, you know, if you stock up for a day, probably not enough, and you're underprepared. Now let's go to the other side where it's like, dude, you're stocking up for 5 years. Crazy. That's probably a little too much. I would say because there's a supply chain issue, right? Because the time to manufacture a lot of these goods, we gotta make sure that we are not exceeding the rate of production, if that makes sense. So I mean, what people are recommending is like 1 month, right? And so I've been sticking to that. And whenever I like, so I've already stocked up 1 month of stuff. Whenever I like start using up like maybe a week's supply, then I'll replenish slowly at a time. I think that's a responsible way, not to have these huge fluctuations of buying up all this fucking toilet paper. That is not good for anyone because it puts so much pressure on these manufacturers and stuff to produce a lot quicker. They can't keep up, and then the demand, it spikes up the prices at the end of the day. You know, it's not being a responsible citizen of like, if you're thinking on a bigger level, at least, you know, that's my opinion. But yeah, multitasking doesn't work, says American. Some DMs are trying to upsell pneumonia vaccine during this time with the increased foot traffic. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't think it's the worst. I mean, I don't think it's, to be honest, I don't think it's the freaking time to upsell vaccines, provided, well, let me give one insight, right? If they gave more support and all that on the front lines, fine, whatever. You want to offer that shit, offer extra services, sure. But we all know that pharmacies are pretty understaffed. They are at capacity most of the time. So does it really make sense to upsell vaccines at that time? I don't think so. I don't think that's a priority, right? Well, don't get me started with upper management pushing the upsell while maintaining rates and dealing with 3 to 5 customers retail. Yeah, I'll tell you this, man. Like, whatever you want to call it, like, sure, if you want to call it patient adherence, guess what you're doing? You're cold calling, right? Oh, let's offer vaccines. You're upselling, okay? Let's get rid of that bullshit for a second, right? Because you can make anything sound like, you know, a great idea, but at the end of the day, their main thing is to make their stockholders happy and to capitalize on this time, right? But we have to have that. We have to really prioritize what's most important. And I don't think vaccines are the most important thing, as well, right? So, I thought it was. I saw. Whoa. I thought I saw it all with a hurricane, but a global pandemic. These retail chains really showed themselves. Do you think COVID could be airborne? They're saying it's like respiratory and whatnot. Like it's passed through respiratory droplets. I don't really know, to be honest. I'll be honest. I'm not the most like educated on COVID-19. A patient was angry / frustrated yesterday for a typical reason and coughed in the pharmacy tech's face, and I said, I hope you get COVID, and techs and pharmacists aren't giving any PPE. That's fucked up. Dude, that person should be like crucified at the stake, man. Like, I swear, like, you know, that shit should be fucking illegal and whatnot. See, that's what I mean. There's fucking assholes out there's so many assholes out in the world. It's so fucked up. I can't believe people would actually do that, especially at a time like this. It's not right, man. And this is what I mean. Like, why do our frontline people, like, why do our frontline healthcare professionals have to deal with this shit? They shouldn't. Their job is already hard enough. Stop being a fucking asshole, you fucking prick. A patient said maybe they got virus for his copay being higher because last time he picked up the RX was in 2019. Didn't meet his deductible yet. And they better not be doing MTMs for a while with questions like, why are patients not adherent while some are losing their jobs and can't pay? Yes, exactly. Right. This was at my boyfriend's pharmacy. He's a staff pharmacist there. Really sorry to hear that. It's crazy. Okay, so let's go back to the comments for a second. Been reading quite a bit of, and let's see how much more time I got. I gotta stay cognizant because I actually have client fulfillment hours very, very soon. Let's see. Okay, can talk for about 15 more minutes, 10 more minutes ish, and then we'll go from there. All right, let's go back to the browser, man. Okay, so there's this one comment on Reddit. Oh shoot, it's asking me if I want to play a video. No, I don't want to play a video right now. You guys can see this, right? It's weird. Oh, let's maximize this. Is it really are you seeing like a weird bottom? Like hold on, let me go here. Is it better? Is this better? I think it's better down here. Yeah, cool. Let me center this. Just a quick note. I've noticed anecdotally within my community of pharmacists, students, and other providers, a lot of posts as XYZ pharmacist. Basically, this person is saying that don't spread misinformation and use your pharmacy type of thing to spread misinformation. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, there are a lot of rumors going on with the COVID-19. That's why I kind of stick away from like giving any like broad recommendations or anything like that for COVID-19, because I don't really know, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not the expert on that sort of stuff, right? Let's delete that, see what else is next. Oh my god. Oh yeah, so this was really funny. Some basically it's labeled pharmacy staff protection. Guess what pharmacy chain this is based off their drop off and prescriptions thing is. But I just finished installing this. Not perfect, but at least it's something. Cost about $100 total. Use 16 gauge vinyl sheeting. I'm surprised they let you do this. Is this a major chain? Oh my god, this is amazing. Where are you at? Dude, it's so much funny. Great job to try to do something to protect your staff. You have to exit out of the sheathing to operate the register. Thinking about doing this now for my store. Pharmacy register is also behind the sheathing, so no need to exit from underneath. It actually, on the far left picture, we have separate slide door to exit dispensary. So funny, man. Oh man, creative ideas. Let's see. Bob Dole says that's criminal and rude as fuck. Honestly, I would go world star on this motherfucker, man. Like, I would go world star on this fucker, expose this motherfucker. But that's why we have HIPAA. We can't disclose where this guy fucking lives or anything like that, or send like tons of spam mail over to his house or anything like that. You're a cool guy, says Bim. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'll be wearing mask and gloves at work tomorrow. People are going to freak out, but I need to protect myself. I wonder how many people are on the stream. Like, dude, for some reason my thing bugged out, so I can't tell how many people are on the stream at all. Let's see if I can do a. Man, this is crazy. Let's see. Hide. No. Show all windows. Perfect. Why? Okay. I don't know why there's such stigma of just wearing masks. I mean, unless you have like one of those what is it called? And was it at something 95? The mask? What is it? Like the first two letters, NS or N what? N95? NE95? Whatever. Anyways, it says 15 people, I think. Thanks, Dr. Lee. Appreciate it. Yeah, because my it's kind of crazy. My software actually bugged out like probably about 30 minutes ago. Going through pharmacy computer virus right now too, man. Let's go on to the next thing. I thought this was an interesting point too, like mandatory face-to-face counseling during pandemic. Does anybody think it's irresponsible for us to talk face-to-face about their simple, straightforward prescriptions, like their 50th refill of like Cinepril or medications where there's a lot to say on the label, while we're in a pandemic getting coughed on by people all day, even though we don't have PPE? I have not heard anybody talking about this so far. Have any states or companies relaxed the rules? I think this, like, and it goes back to this. Are we truly protecting our healthcare professionals, and are we truly putting the priorities on the right things, right? If a patient's been on a refill or anything like that, chances are they don't need a full consult. That's just the fact of things. Maybe things have changed, or like things with medications change and whatnot, but we got to leave it to our pharmacists that most of them will do the right thing and whatnot, given the resources, right? So that's really important. I don't think this is a huge. I mean, there's so many different ways these days other than doing face to face consults, consultations and whatnot. I know every state's different. I know in California that like for first fill, it's mandatory consult every single time. That makes sense, I guess, right? But especially like during times like these, does it make sense more to do it via phone or virtual? Maybe, right? Who knows? But just really interesting. N95 mask. N95 says Ying. Stigma is different in each country. Typically in Asia, it's more common. People don't bat an eye. Too much porn, Kevin. Way too much porn. Let's see. Let's go on. Do I have any more other articles? I kind of want. Oh yeah, somebody also mentioned. Send someone else to use the drive-through if you are sick. Does this really need repeating to the ignorant masses? Doctors' offices, hospital ERs are telling people not to come in if they have COVID symptoms. Pharmacy corporations are saying, come here and give us money. Do we need to hire security guards to check people's temperatures before they're allowed to enter the stores? People are saying yes. You need to pimp the phone app with pay now option. They do that in Taiwan before you enter a bank. They're not really good at containing the coronavirus. Seriously, had someone hand in a script and said, "I got back from out of the country and I'm on quarantine, but I just need to get my script first." That's crazy. That is freaking crazy. Then why the hell didn't you send someone for it or get the doctor to fax it and we'll deliver? Thanks for the potentially infecting our stores and customers, lady. People, it's crazy, man. This really goes to show you that not everybody's like super educated in this country, man, in terms of thinking things through, and their priority is not really on preventing infecting other people, preventing spread from to other people as well. State of Ohio Board of Pharmacy. Hold on, let me see. State of Ohio Board of Pharmacy has strict and direct orders for protection, temp checks, hand washing facility, and PPE. However, it's not being followed or enforced at this very moment. Reactive versus proactive. Companies are trying to find the middle ground while maintaining profit, but I'm sure they're just waiting for one incident to happen in their stores for them to go on full lockdown. It would be nice if we can direct all the traffic to the drive-through. Cool. Yeah, that would be really cool. All right, guys. I think I'm going to wrap up. I will save the rest later. There was some really great articles about more shortages, about medications like generic albuterol, Plaquenil, anything else, Tylenol, Losartan. What the fuck? Why are people running out of Losartan? That's crazy. Z-Packs and stuff. Okay. So there was that, and then there's some other things like Amazon, people getting pay bump, but who cares about that? No one really cares about that. Blow the whistle on COVID, retail pharmacy COVID-19 response, courage, I don't think anything else is like really relevant. Oh yeah, and this was interesting. Does coronavirus pandemic influence your job or personal life in a positive way? I know it sucks, but can you think of things that have improved? No, can't think of anything. We cut store hours and closed the doors to the public, 8-hour shifts, drive-through only. Much less traffic on the drive to work. Otherwise, nothing positive. I was supposed to be on vacation this week. Since that got canceled, I'm doing the most staying in staycation imaginable. Plus side is getting some projects done around the house, blah, blah, blah. Cool. So that's pretty much it. By the way, before I head out, I just wanted to do one last push for any sort of for any likes for the algorithm. But guys, did you like this kind of like content where I'm just curating, kind of pulling things from Reddit? I will do more of these. But what sort of questions did you, I guess, have for me at the moment? Did you like want me to do a presentation on how to handle your finances during these times, how to create remote income? Like really at the end of the day, I want to do these really to support people, help people have a better outlook on this whole thing, because, you know, I see tons of opportunity at this point for a lot of people. And, you know, I just want to help people, right? That was the whole point of this whole series of me streaming every single day, right? Let's see. Uh, Dr. Lee says you're right. Some pharmacies in big cities will have coronavirus tests soon. Hold on for a second. Frick. Dude, this is so this is so annoying. I hate this software, man. It's like screwing up on me. Um I work for mail order and PBM, and our queues are ballooning this week. I think more people are switching over to mail order, which they should be doing this pandemic. I honestly like I hate to say it, but dude, mail order is probably smarter for a lot of people. It limits the interactions and it's just more effective with time and whatnot as well. And you don't have as much exposure. I think that's really the future of pharmacy, to be honest with you, right? Having it more like become more like Amazon and just shipping it to people. I think, like, honestly, like I've kind of mentioned it yesterday, but you'll see a shift toward more remote jobs when it comes in terms of pharmacy or any sort of career after this. You're going to see more of a desire to shift that route. So just doesn't make sense. Miss Price says, I always work from home. Best part, I don't have to go to an office for meetings. Have a good day. Dr. Lee likes this. Christchurch does this. And applause. Yes. Dr. Lee wants to talk about how to create a remote income. So maybe I'll focus that tomorrow or something like that, and we'll just go from there. Great, guys. Well, that's pretty much it today. If you're watching this on the stream, feel free to shoot any other type of things that you think would be cool for these next few days that I'm streaming, and we'll just go from there. And I will talk to you guys later. Stay safe, guys. Take care. Peace.